let me stay on point, right? Can Zay Gang and Milk Mafia patch shit? Yes, I think so. I think it just takes a conversation, cause I fuck with Zay's community, right? I just don't fuck with what Prey did. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, me and Melt talked about this. I feel like that's unacceptable. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, you dirty hog. I feel like Zay is still immature. They both of them got their reasons, and both of their reasons I'm not gonna say are invalid. You know what I'm saying? Both of them have their reasons why they like kind of split ways. You feel me? But his community does have like their weird traits, but Zay has to TP his community. See, like that's the thing. Like you have to, like, for me, with me having mods, like my mods kind of understand me, and they know like when weird motherfuckers come in here, then they just ban them. You feel me? So like if like, let me tell you what Prey did. I'm gonna tell you what Prey did. TP means tell your community to think positive, right? Or like basically it's like TP is basically when you like it's like you discipline them or some shit. I don't know, I forgot. But it's like TP is basically you got to tell your chat that TP is like means think positive, basically is what it means. So if you tell your chat like, hey, y'all got to stop doing this, that, and the third, most of the time they'll stop. And if they don't, then you fucking ban them. It's that community. Zay community thinks they're Crips and Zay thinks he is gangster. I mean, at the end of the day, people are entitled to feel however the fuck they want to feel. If dude thugging, then he thugging. You know what I'm saying? But my whole thing is, I feel like with Zay, he didn't take enough initiative on like Prey. Like I don't know if Prey is still his mod, if Prey is still a mod in his chat, but if he is, that's completely unacceptable in my opinion. Because even though he know Prey in real life, you can't fuck with weirdos like that. Cause let me tell you, okay, he's still a mod, right? I'm telling you this right now, like Prey is out of fucking pocket, bro, because he leaked our address. He leaked our address at the old crib, and that was one of the major reasons why a lot of people said, Richard, I haven't even talked to y'all about this, but a lot of people was like, Richard, why did you stop streaming? And I forgot to really tell y'all because I had to wait until after I moved out of that crib. Bro, he leaked our real address, like our real address, like, you know what I'm saying? And basically what happened was, right, yes, Prey leaked our address, but me and Melt never confirmed it. Rejabs and Prey, I don't give a fuck who it was. Rejabs can eat dick too. Rejabs is a fucking weirdo that sits behind his computer, and Prey is a fat fucking loser that all he does is Twitch all day. Like, you know what I'm saying? So neither one of them got shit going. I'm just like saying, basically with Zay, you gotta basically like, you gotta get them folks the fuck out of there. You feel me? Like, you gotta get them folks the fuck out of, like, okay, for instance with Melt, right? I had told Melt, I said, Melt, what was it? I had told Melt that, who was it, y'all? It was Losha. Y'all remember when Losha was in Discord and he was saying he was smoking on my dead parents? See, people who take this internet shit that far, you could do that because you know that there's really, like, the chances of me actually, like, you know, ever seeing you in person or meeting you or finding out where you live or ever, like, actually finding you and pressing the issue is very small, right? But you still can't allow them the opportunity to still be a part of a community when they cross that line. So that's why I had to talk with Melt. That's like somebody coming into my chat and disrespect. Appreciate the sub. What it is, young rich ninja. The internet gives motherfuckers a false sense of security. That's exactly what I'm saying though, right? So this is what I'm gonna say. The whole shit with Losha, the fact that me and Melt had to go back and forth with that, to me, I still think is fucking retarded to this day. Cause if somebody come into my chat and disrespected Melt's teammate who passed away, he'll be banned. It's no questions, ifs, ands, or buts. It don't matter if I remember he wrote a chat GPT apology too, Losha. He wrote a chat GPT apology and said, you know, I'm 16. He tried to, like, he wanted to be a part of Melt's community so bad that he was just like, he wrote like a bullshit apology, right? And I was just like, nah, bro, it's certain, like, lines that you don't cross. You don't actually like get on here and disrespect people, dead folks, especially like, bro, it's my parents, you know what I'm saying? Both my parents have passed away. So it's like you don't get away with it. I would never allow no, and let alone like he was a mod, right? He was a mod on the Discord and on the chat. I wouldn't want weird motherfuckers like that in my community, because this is, you allow what you allow. So he can just make another account. Yeah, but that's the whole thing. He could never be Losha again. He'll have to fake an identity of a whole different person, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? Losha, if you in here watching this, eat my dick. But if you do come back, you have to make a whole different identity. So like I said, this is what it come down to. I pretty much told, like, you know, Zay, you know, Prey was out of pocket. You feel me? Imagine Losha is hybrid. That's funny as fuck, right? Your community got to damn near be a representation of you for the most part. Exactly, like we all should be on one accord on some cool people shit. Yeah, Losha thinks life is a video game. Ain't no redos in real life. That's exactly what I'm saying, bro. It ain't no such. Listen, nobody hybrid said I am Losha. Stop trolling, bro. Losha was rich mod. No, I'm talking about in Melt's Discord. So I brought up Losha to compare the situation with Prey. So let me get back to the point, because I'm all over the place right now. Prey leaked our address, bro. Me and Melt never confirmed it. We just made an agreement. that we would not stream at the house anymore, right? And the reason we decided, because for the most part, not for the most part, I was 100% only doing desktops. Y'all remember that? Losha is just an old mod of Melts that disrespected my dead parents. He said he was smoking on my dead parents and put the meme of Shannon Sharp smoking a cigar on Discord and said, you know, your parents are burning in hell. That's who Losha was. And I told Melt, you know, Melt was living with me at the time, but that wasn't what it was about. It was just about respect. I was like, Melt, I can't still be on your stream and fuck with you on some streaming shit if you're gonna allow this random 16-year-old on the internet to disrespect my dead parents, and you still think he's finna be a mod and a part of your community. He needs to be banned. That's straight up. Like I told him, I said I would, and it was a big back and forth, which I have no idea why. See, I felt like that was a part of Melt's character development that he had to learn, like certain shit you just don't allow people to do. I would never allow somebody to disrespect Melts, anybody, like on a serious note, especially some dead people. Like, you know, people troll Melts parents and shit like that, but they don't troll, like, motherfuckers don't talk about Melts teammate who passed away. You feel me? Nobody does that. That was just character development that he actually needed. So I feel like he grew from that and he understood that. I'm just telling y'all what it is, right? So pertaining to Zay, with Zay, like, you can't allow a mod of your community to leak my address and Melt address and then expect for all of us to just get along. Because when I see Prey, if let's say me and Zay did a stream right now and I see in the sink, better watch one. But if Zay does this, if me and Zay did a stream right now, right? Appreciate the follow, Omar. Appreciate the follow, BHUUWWS, whatever. Most of the motherfuckers dissing dead people on Twitch will get pistol whipped in real life. See, I put it like this, right? I'll put it like this. Zay was wrong for not taking disciplinary action on Prey. Cause if Prey leaked me and Melt address just because y'all got this like online beef bullshit going on, that shit busting. That shit good as fuck. Crazy thing is, Zay only said something after Prey did that because it makes him look bad. Other than that, he allowed everything. That's a fact, though. Like Prey is still a part of. Prey is. It was Twitch beef, gang. It wasn't no real life, like real pressure behind that shit. What the fuck, y'all back together? In the day, my whole thing is, gang, you just can't allow, like, it's like, it's Twitch, but at the same time, this shit is deeper than just Twitch, because this shit is really like, if you look at it, it's people's livelihood. So if you like, especially like, you don't know how many thousands of dollars that Prey potentially fucked up by leaking me and Mel's address that we could have streamed at the house. You feel what I'm saying? Like, me and Mel's agreement was we're gonna stop streaming at the house to prevent chances of us getting swatted. Cause let me tell y'all what happened. I ain't even tell y'all what happened. On God, I got the proof on my phone, right? I got the proof on my phone. Now listen, I got the proof on my phone. Somebody called a heating and cooling company to our house. Somebody called a heating and cooling company to our house after Prey leaked our address, and then it started going around. Somebody called a heating and cooling company to our house, and they walked up and they said, "Is Jalen Melton home?" And we knew for a fact that it was from our address getting leaked, because we didn't call no motherfucking heating and cooling company. Our AC was working just fucking fine, right? So this is what we did. This is how we outsmarted these dumb hacker motherfuckers, right? Not that they dumb, but we outsmarted them because we never confirmed if the address was actually leaked or not. But we said, I'm smart enough to know that it's very unlikely that a motherfucker is gonna swat us if they can't see it, right? So we had to move out of the house. That was one thing. We moved out of the house. So I completely stopped streaming at the house. I said, and then Melt had to too. We said that we can't stream at the house no more, because even though the people who called the SWATs or whatever is not 100% sure, even though they're not 100% sure that the house is the actual address, they will try to find out by calling a SWAT call while we're live streaming, right? So we never streamed at the house again to prevent any opportunity of a motherfucker just doing it, of us getting swatted. So we never confirmed it. We never spoke on it. But that's really why I stopped streaming. Especially at the house. Prey kicked out of Zay Gang. We don't claim him. Yeah, that's just weird as fuck, gang. Like, it's no apology. It's just not funny. Like, it's nothing that motherfuckers can say or do, because y'all know how weird this internet shit get. Once your address get leaked, then, you know, too much shit can happen. You feel me? So we just never streamed out of we just never streamed out the house again. But he did like fuck up thousands of dollars for me and Melt by not being able to really do shit at the house. And it was like Seafood was living there at the time, right? So y'all know Seafood is a felon. You know what I'm saying? Seafood is a felon. So it's like, if like let's say we do a live stream at the house, right? Boom, we get swatted. We get swatted at the house. If they was to, now when you get swatted, the police have the right to basically raid your home. So if Seafood's a felon and gets caught with guns, now that could fuck his life up. So I was like, I would never put my friend Seafood in a position to where his life or his freedom would be at jeopardy because of some shit that I feel like is an extension of me. Melt moving into the house was an extension of me. So I just said, I'm not gonna stream no more, because I just wouldn't want some shit to go all the way left. I did everything to prevent some fucked up shit from happening at that house. But it really all comes down to Prey leaked our address. That's what it all come down to. That's you feel me? So I just feel like, you know what I'm saying? It was like a whole like ripple of fucked up shit that happened because our address got leaked. When it really could have all just been prevented by Prey not even playing like that. You feel me? Because I was just like, I would never put my friend Seafood in a position to where something would get fucked off because of something that happened because of me. I just can't do it. So I'll sacrifice the, you know, all the money in the clips and everything, and my growth of doing this whole shit with Twitch or Kick or whatever, because I don't want to you know what I'm saying, allow no bullshit to happen. But yeah, Seafood good. Seafood actually just got a new crib. You know what I'm saying? I'm super proud of Seafood. You feel me? And they was talking about male parents. Yeah, that's OD. You feel me? Certain lines you don't cross. That shit is just weird and lame and gay. You know what I'm saying? So okay, so boom. So somebody just said something. Let me see. Somebody said W Zay for retiring in peace. I don't think Zay retired. Stop trolling. Oh, how did he leak it? Okay. That's what y'all asked. So listen, this is how weird and fucking lame it is, right? How the whole thing happened. Let me tell y'all what the fuck happened, right? So this what happened. The day that me, Zay, and Melt, Zay, Melt, and Prey was all together in the car. Y'all remember that, right? Y'all remember that, right? So me, Zay, Melt, and Prey was all in the car together. So there was that day that Prey asked Melt to take him home. So Melt was like, oh, it's too far, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo, like, you know, I don't want to do all that, blah, 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 right? Blase, blase, blase. And I feel like I could continue the stream in the house. Hold on. So we'll change it if we ever got to. All right, boom. Let me finish the story, though, real quick. You know what I'm saying, y'all? So, basically, the story is, in conclusion, I stopped streaming. I really forgot to really tell y'all. I just basically backed away from this streaming shit because I couldn't tell y'all, right? I couldn't tell y'all because I couldn't confirm that the house that we lived at, I couldn't confirm that the house that we lived at was the actual address that got leaked, that Prey leaked. You know what I'm saying? Prey is the mod that was part of what's his face? He's part of Zay's community, right? So I couldn't confirm it, so I couldn't really tell y'all, you feel me, like why I stopped streaming, because I didn't have an IRL setup. I just got that shit. I didn't feel like I was established enough to do it. And I also, at the time, like, you know, Melt was still trying to get on his feet with his whole shit with the streaming. And Melt needed all the money he could get. So I was like, even like when I first started on Kick, I only made like a couple $100. But I even slid Melt some money from that, you know what I'm saying? But then once I started, like, you know, I started helping so many people, that started fucking up my bread, you feel me? So I had to focus on you know, what the fuck I was doing. But long story short though, even like when I was streaming, like I knew that Melt was trying to get, you know, his feet off the ground, and streaming was his only real like stream of income. So he had to, you feel me? He had to figure out he had to figure his way out so that he could get his bread right, so that he could start, you know what I'm saying, so that he could eventually get into his own crib and shit, right? So he really tried to leak your shit. He's the clown. He did leak it though. And okay, so let me tell y'all the story though. I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted, right? This is how Prey got our address, because Prey never came to our house. This is what Prey did, right? The day that me, Prey, Melt, and Zay was all in the car, Prey wanted Melt to take him home. So Melt said, damn, like, how far do you live away from us? So he asked to see Prey's phone. He put in our address to see how far away that Prey's house was from our address. And mind you, he put it in on Prey's phone. So he just wanted to see how far away our house was from Prey's home, because Prey asked for a ride home. So Melt was like, let me see how far away it is, and if it's not some crazy shit, because remember y'all, we live far as fuck from the city. We live like 45 minutes away from the city. Yes, exactly, Hybrid. He ended up getting him. No, Johnny, hold on. Before y'all say Melt is dumb and slow, Melt was not in the wrong at all, right? Let me explain why. It's clear why. But Johnny, you're just a fucking, I remember you from Kick, Johnny. You're like fucking 13 and you act stupid. But it's okay. You know, we'll give you an exception. So, listen. So, he asked to see Prey's phone. He enters in our address. This shit was, you're 19. I run smarts. Let me stay on the story, right? Anyways, he basically, Prey saved our address. Prey, what's up, Slimers? Prey saved our address in his phone when Melt entered it in to see how far we live from Prey's house. So obviously, you know, Melt wasn't thinking like, oh, I need to like keep his address. Or maybe he didn't, right? Maybe after that time, maybe Prey never screenshotted it. But even if he didn't, the fact that our address was still in his recents, right? I believe he did. But put it like this, whether he did or whether he didn't, the fact, even it's fucked up either way, because if you screenshotted our address when Melt put it in to try to see how far away that your house was from our house, because he was trying to give you a fucking ride. Listen, he might have screenshotted it later, because this is what could have happened. Y'all let me cook. It could have been the moment. I don't need a restraining order because I don't live there no more. I live in the city now. But listen though, let me cook. So the fact that whether he screenshotted it right there at that moment or he waited until Zay Gang and Melt Mafia, and basically when Zay and Melt started beefing, he goes to such a small amount of places that our address was still somehow, some way, shape, or form in his recent history, to where he could go back and screenshot it. He goes to such a small amount of places and be in the house that much that like weeks later he could go and find our address and then screenshot it and remember what address we had, screenshot the shit, and thought it was funny to share it. Yo, Pray, you're a fucking clown. That is some loser shit. Because like I said, like, it was months later, not even weeks. Exactly, it was months later. So it was like, see, that's why I could never fucking trust somebody like that. Because somebody who screenshotted an address, it's like you had it set out in your mind that let me have this just in case. Let me have a screenshot of your address just in case. And it was months later. It feels like you was plotting whole time. Exactly. You was plotting whole time to do some weird shit. And as soon as the opportunity came about, you took it. You took it. Bro, he couldn't have been ready to backdoor, bro. He couldn't have been ready to backdoor, bro. That shit was gonna get ugly for him and whoever the fuck he sent. Cause I ain't going, y'all. If a motherfucker ain't finna just run up and just gun me the fuck down, it's gonna be, you gonna have to work for this shit. Straight up. I'm not going. Listen, bro. Listen, I love my life way too much to be put into a predicament or a situation where if it's my life or yours, bitch, it's gonna be your life every time. Just know, if I had the opportunity, I will blow that bitch. You feel me? Like, straight up. Like, I'm not no bitch. Like, the fuck? On here, I don't got nothing to prove to nobody. You know what I'm saying? All I'm saying is, like, whether it was some backdoor shit, whatever he thought, like, even if it was just some dumb young childish shit and he thought it would be funny for us to get, like, you know, for motherfuckers to call pizzas to our house, it doesn't matter how harmless he was trying to be with the situation, bro. He just did some lame, corny ass, weird ass shit. It's just no other way around it. It don't matter how harmless in his mind he thought it was, cause bro, what the fuck? Like, Pray is like Pray is an adult, bro. And he's enough of a twitcher that he knows how weird communities can get. So when he leaked our address, it's no such thing as, see, motherfuckers be giving these motherfuckers, like, they give people too much of excuses. Because he's like 20, right? And all he does is twitch all fucking day. So he know how this shit go. He know how swatting go. No, he doesn't have the mind of a child. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. When he said, you know what, I'ma leak these folks' address, he knew nothing but fuck shit and negativity could come behind that. He knew that, and he still chose to do it. So fuck a benefit of the doubt. Fuck that. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. I would never leak someone's address on here, even if they was my worst enemy, because I wouldn't want, you feel me, them to do some weird shit. Like, what's the point? I wouldn't want no weird shit to happen to them. I wouldn't want them to do that to me. So, hell yeah, what? You mean cut them off? Them folks, dude, I ain't spoke to dude since he did it. I never said nothing to him. But all I'm saying is, I say all this to say, this is why I stopped streaming. This is why Melt had to stop streaming at the house, and he became less consistent as a streamer because he could no longer spark up at the house, which he wasn't doing desktop at all at the house. That's not the point. It's just the fact that he couldn't even start up his stream at the house or bring bitches back to the house. It definitely slowed down the momentum of what we had going, even though, like, our whole goal was to move back to the city. That just made it that much more apparent that that's what we needed to do, like, quicker. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's why he was living in his car. he was living in his car just because our crib was, he wasn't living out of his car. He was just like, wasn't at the house as much because it was so much of a drive back and forth every day. No, I'm not talking about that. Y'all saying he didn't bring bitches because it was 45 minutes. No, what I'm saying is he most of the time that was why, because it was so far. But I'm saying after the address got leaked, that's why he stopped. It was one thing because like a lot of time bitches didn't want to come, but you know, sometimes, you know, the bitches who had already came or the bitches that wanted to come, they would still come all the way out there. But we couldn't anymore. We couldn't do it anymore because we didn't want to risk the chance of us being swatted. You know what I'm saying? And like, mind you, swatting isn't necessarily the end of the world. You feel me? A lot of people get swatted and they're fine, but some people have been swatted and this is the same county that pulled a gun on me because I was driving a Hellcat.